Hi guys, my name's Adelaide and welcome to Adelaide Stitches, my cross stitch channel. Today is day 9 of my 31 days of Halloween, but before I talk about that, I just wanted to say a lovely commenter let me know yesterday, and I was so sorry to hear that Jodie from Unconventional Stitch and her family had a house fire and they lost everything. I can't imagine what they're going through, and I'm so terribly sorry for them. To support her and her family, she has the business Unconventional Cross Stitch, which is actually located in Western Australia, so an Australian cross stitch company. As far as I can tell from the Facebook page, all the physical elements of her company have been lost, but she still has the website with hundreds, maybe even thousands of beautiful full coverage PDF patterns. So I urge you to go and have a look, and if there's one you're thinking about or you really like, to buy it to support her and her family through this terrible time for them. So I have purchased two yesterday, and I'll show you them at the end of this segment, but yeah, I just want to let you know, and I'll also be showing a pattern of hers I spun yesterday on my wheel, Rose Library, later. So yeah, we're thinking of you, Jodie. All right. Okay, so on to day 9, I am working on the Halloween calendar by Tiny Modernist. I'll put a picture up here of this lovely pattern. And I got day 8 done. So this is my Halloween calendar. I worked on the potion bottles yesterday and they were really fun. Close up so you can see. Hopefully that was in frame. It's getting harder and harder to tell actually. So this block was 480 stitches, and that brings me up to 7,082 stitches out of 16,842. So I have less than 10,000 to go. I'm also at 42.05%. So I crossed the 40% mark, which is nice, quite exciting. And this is stitched on 32 count vintage Stormy Night Lugana by Zweigart. So yeah, really pleased with how it's looking. Oh, just knocked down anything, but yeah, I'm excited, and I'm excited to get to block 9. I'll put a picture of that up as well. It's a mummy. I know what it is this time. So yeah, this pattern is going so well and it's such fun to stitch. A few of you have reached out and said to me that you're stitching it too, which is really lovely. It's like a unofficial stitch along. Okay, on to my next project. Okay, my next project is Rose Library. This is my pattern from Unconventional Stitch. It is artwork by Ivy Dolamore, and I'll put a picture of it up. Isn't it beautiful? It's a really, really lovely full coverage, and it's my biggest one. So, where did I get to? I got 501 stitches. Sorry, I've got a few parked threads. And I am slowly filling in more of that page, which I think you can see. So close up, further away. It's funny, you can see what I've done more with the close-up, but it actually looks better from further away. But that's full coverages, I suppose. So the 501 stitches brought me to 4,121 stitches done out of 257,400 stitches. It's quite a mouthful. This is my biggest full coverage, this one. And that brings me very excitingly to 1.6%. So I crossed that 1.5% threshold, which was nice. This is my biggest full coverage. It's 600 by 429. But yeah, it was really nice to stitch. I really enjoyed it and really relaxing. And this is available on the Unconventional Stitch site. I mentioned Jodie's site before, and I'll put the link down in the description so you can go look at her beautiful patterns that she's charted. Okay, let's get my wheel and we'll spin it. Okay, so I've got my wheel. Let's see what I'm stitching today. Let's have a look. Halloween spooky sampler again. So this is the third time that one's come up. I'll go get it so I can show you. Okay, so the project that was spun is the Halloween Spooky Sampler by the Frosted Pumpkin Stitchery. I will put a picture of it up. This is the third time actually I've spun it in my 31 days of Halloween. I have thought about whether on the wheel I should make it so once it spins one, it takes it away. So I get all different ones in a row, but at the same time I also like the randomness of it, and they're still my whips. I'm still getting progress, so at the moment at this early stage I'm going to keep the wheel working the way it is. I'm stitching the Halloween Spooky Sampler on 14 count Aida, hand dyed by me, and this is where I got to so far. I really like this one. I think it looks good. I am loving this mauve. I think my first session I stitched an owl and an O and the tree branch and the border of the block, and my second I stitched another owl and that moon, which actually was quite a bit of stitching, even though it fits in nicely behind everything, doesn't it? Anyway, so I will be excited to start a new block on this. I'm not sure which way I'll go, but we will find out tomorrow. So that is very exciting. I don't have any statistics on these patterns because I'm just stitching them from an Adobe reader. They don't go into Pattern Keeper for me. If you do find a way to get the Frosted Pumpkin Stitchery patterns into Pattern Keeper, please let me know. Okay, so on to my purchases I was talking about earlier when I heard about Unconventional Cross Stitch and the terrible tragedy that had befallen them. They said the best way to support them was to go on their website and buy some PDF patterns. So I did. I went on and I had two in mind that I talked about in my last proper floss tube I was going to buy, and that was Which is Familiar, the cat and the dog, and I'll put the pictures of them in here so you can see. However, as it happens, I didn't buy them. I meant to, and I went to the website with that in mind, but Jodie has so many beautiful patterns that I got, I guess, sidetracked, and I bought two different ones, and I will show you them now. I do think I will go back and buy those two though, because they were my original intention. I think they're beautiful. I do plan to stitch them and probably start them next year for Halloween. So the ones I bought, the first one I bought is the Galah. I will put a picture of it up. I've actually seen this finished. If you go to Kelly from Animal Instinct is her cross stitch channel, and her mid-year whip parade, she has this as a finish. It looks absolutely fantastic. And I think she did it on 18 count. So the Galah is an Australian bird. I see a lot of them where I live, and I just thought that this cross stitch was so beautiful. It is artwork by Nicolee Payne, and she is actually an artist in from the Hawkesbury, which is the next kind of I guess you got the Blue Mountains, and then if you go up a bit up a bit, kind of west a bit, you have the Hawkesbury area. So it was really nice to buy a piece charted from the artwork of a local artist. And it is quite a small full coverage. It's 160 by 200 and it's 32,000. I think if I worked it out, the whole area is 32,000 stitches, but this actually leaves some blank. As you can see, the outline around the bird. So I'm going to have to think about what fabric I use. So that was my first purchase, which I'm really excited about. My second was the Luna by Angela A.K. Westerman. Sorry, I've got her name written down so I remember it. I'll put a picture up. I have been looking for a piece a beach piece essentially. I went to the beach with my family for my last cross stitch retreat. We all spent a day at the beach together and it was just heaven, and I thought I need a beach piece just to stitch on and remind me of that wonderful time. And I just love this artwork. The colours, the greens, if you can tell I like green. Um, the flowers, the butterfly, the turtle, the sand, it is just so beautiful. And this actually, I was so surprised, it isn't very big either. So this is about the size of a mini Haid. It is 255 by 350 and it is 89,250 stitches. So it's around the same size as my mini Witchwood Express. And I'm just so shocked it's that size, but look at the detail and look at the beauty. And there is someone stitching it already on the Unconventional Cross Stitch Facebook page. So if you go have a look, you will see and how beautiful it's coming out. She's getting up to halfway. So yeah, I'm very excited to start that one. So thank you for watching. Please go and have a look at the Unconventional Cross Stitch website. Jodie has some beautiful patterns, and what I know about this cross stitch community is that we are just so supportive of each other, and that's what makes it so fantastic. So thank you, take care, and happy stitching.